What's up, guys? Danny back here with another crypto market update. This is the current state of my Bitcoin trade right now. We are still in this and we are holding. Yeah, I am short-term bullish at the moment, which is contradicting to my short trade, but let's dive into it and let's go over what I am seeing on the chart at the moment. So just to recap, we had this amazing AR trade. The mistake I had was not holding this because it was such a good entry. It was low risk, super high reward. So if I did held this all the way to, let's say 74K, that would have been a 25-hour trade. And if I kept holding all the way to 64, 66K, that would have been a 36R plus trade. So the first mistake was not swing trading and holding this to 74K at least, because 74K was my target long term. But we ultimately got there. Happy with the 8R still, but that was mistake number one. Mistake number two was not getting in on this trade on the daily, right on this change in state of delivery, right? So this is basically the entry model. We get that. We wait for the initial change in state of delivery on the daily and the ICCISD intercandle change in the state of delivery, which was right here. Kind of entered and held that to 74K, as well as lower targets as the new monthly candle started on February, right? But we also took a very good trade, continuation trade, monthly C3, right? We had this SMT fill into this daily fair value gap here, change in state of delivery once we start and create that small wick, and we expanded lower as anticipated. The price comes back into it and moves lower, right? So what do we see now? What do I see now, right? We hit 60K, which was also, if we go to the yearly chart, excuse this drawing. Oops, let's do this and remove that. We basically hit the midpoint of this yearly fair value gap right here, just barely right above it, but we are respecting the EQ, or the top half of this fair value gap, which is like to see, which was what you like to see if you want to see bullish price action. So we respect this upper half. We didn't really get to, yeah, we did actually. We got just under 60K. I had alerts for 60K. I saw it go to 60K. It was the morning for me, excuse me, but I didn't TP because was anticipating lower. I was anticipating this low down here, which is around 49.50K. So that was my target. So over the weekend, price went down, or last week price went down, tapped into that just above that midpoint of that fair value gap. And we are also, if we draw a fixed volume range profile tool, fixed range volume profile tool for this consolidation range here, as you can see, price comes back all the way down, just ticks this value area low, and basically, yeah, hits the value area low and then comes back in to the range. So looking at the 4-hour chart, what am I seeing here? Over the weekend, I was looking at the 6-hour actually, and price comes down, price comes back up. I was looking at the 6-hour fair value gap. It respects it a little bit on Friday, I think, and then price inverts this fair value gap, gets back into it, uses it as support, and now it wants, in my eyes, wants to trend a little bit higher, right? So can I see more downside? I could, right? We are still high time frame bearish at the moment, but on the lower time frame, 4-hour, 6-hour, still pretty bearish to me. But locally here, this is not signs I want to see for a continuation lower, right? So if I want to see lower, I want to see price change in state of delivery for these up close candles here, makes more lows, and ultimately maybe retest 60K again, and hopefully I can maybe exit my trade around this area again. So if it does want to go lower, maybe be confident in lower prices, maybe to this fractal low down here at 49.50K, but that it might be a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure. Usually when price makes a huge move, we have 3 weeks of consecutive expansions, right? Starting on January 19th, that week move lower, this week move lower, and then this week we also expand lower. So we do expect some sort of retracement after 3 weeks of expansion to the downside. So this is what I'm looking at, and hopefully we can get some more downside, but usually after huge moves like this, price likes to consolidate a little bit, chop range like it has been over here, So I would expect to do the same. Other coins still look pretty bearish to me. So ETH, again, we hadn't hit that low at 1750.67, inverts this fair value gap here, but still higher time frame, everything looks bearish to me. Sol, again, retracement, looks like it doesn't know what to do right now, so we just have to wait and see what it does. Hype is the only one that looks kind of confusing, but it also looks like it's consolidating over here after this large run after hitting this 2078 low. So what I want to see on Hype is perhaps we have a intercandle change the state of delivery to the downside, because we did have this swing formation here on the weekly chart. So on the 4-hour, I want to see a CCISD to the downside, and that might give me some more framework to enter short on Hype. But am I confident? I am not confident, because this looks like chop. It looks like it's barcoding, seek and destroy here, taking out the highs here, taking out the lows here, and also taking out the lows here. So not sure what Hype wants to do or where it wants to go next, but I do want to see more downside. Tau looks like it's wants more downside. Aster, we had this nice C2 close and expansion higher, so expecting probably more upside for Aster, but again, probably something I wouldn't trade. Zcoin, Zcash, yeah, again, everything still looks high time frame bearish at the moment. One thing we do have to look at when analyzing Bitcoin is probably the metals market at the moment, because it was correlating pretty nicely with Bitcoin price action last week. So we did have a sweep of the low, right? Have an SMT with silver here. Silver swept the low, gold didn't, moving higher. On the daily, right, we have this nice C2 close on the daily. We are currently on C3. It's a new week as well. So we are waiting for a setup signatures for higher prices, especially to previous week high or somewhere in this range. So we'll have to see. Silver, again, open pretty bullish. Silver took out this low here. We have this nice swing on the weekly as well on the daily. So we're both on C3 for the daily and the weekly. And now didn't create a wick at the beginning of the week at the new week open, and now we're opening up higher. So waiting for continuation or signatures to go to the upside. But yeah, this is what I'm looking at. So metals bullish is causing me to think that Bitcoin might have a continuation to the upside or maybe chop around. So we will have to see what price wants to do and how price develops this week. So I'm still in short positions on Bitcoin, and I will continue to hold until I am stopped break even. My stop loss is right around here. So doesn't really matter to me if I get break even or it goes to my TP, but I'm just going to hold. So it's a risk-free trade for me. Perhaps I should have taken profit at 60K. That would have been like a 4R trade. But again, I make mistakes. I'm a trader and I am just holding this. It's risk-free for me, and that is okay with me. So that is it for the analysis this beginning of the week. And I hope you guys will find some setups this week, and take care. See you next one.